So if someone is suffering from anxiety, the very first thing I would have them do is look at the various aspects of their life and identify where or which of those aspects is causing them anxiety. And that might sound like the most obvious thing, the most obvious starting point, but it's amazing how many people don't start there. So what I do is to use the different coaching categories or the categories that life coaches use to look at the various aspects. And those categories are financial, occupation, personal development, relationships, health and fitness, recreation, family, spiritual. And if you Google Coach's Wheel or Wellness Wheel, you're going to find many variations on this list. And it's not really critical what the categories are or what they're called, because again, you're going to find different variations. But the main thing is just to go through each of them to identify where anxiety is. And the first thing I do with a person that has anxiety is to ask them where is the anxiety coming from, and show them these various categories. And I really haven't had a person that wasn't able to identify at least a couple of categories that are causing them anxiety. And then what we'll do in each of those categories is take them through a coaching process, sort of a life coaching process, which I will be explaining in a different video. And then usually within a few weeks of going through the process, the person has resolved the issue that was causing them the anxiety, and they get significant relief. I wanted to give a few examples here, just so you can get a little bit more context of what I'm talking about. One example was someone I was working with that we were looking at the financial category, and it came to light that they hadn't filed a federal tax return in like 5 years. This was lingering in the background, causing them significant anxiety. And so we worked at that for a few weeks, which meant that they had to get their paperwork together, talk to a CPA, deal with the IRS. But they got the tax returns done, and then the anxiety related to that was eliminated altogether. Another situation was a person who really needed to communicate something to a friend of hers, but hadn't done so, and so was holding on to this communication, and that holding on was causing her anxiety. And then after a few interactions with her, she had the conversation, everything opened up, and that anxiety just went away. Another situation was somebody that at work was being bullied by their boss. And as it turned out, the only way out of that situation was to get a new job, which the person did. And that resolved the anxiety as well. So this is not a cure-all. This isn't going to solve everything or anything that could be causing anxiety. But again, in the vast majority of situations, a person is going to have a couple of these that can relatively easily be fixed, and give them significant relief. So I would definitely start there before I would do anything else.